Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more CK3, The Way of Kings, playing as Dalinar Kholin, the Blackthorn of the Alethi. Alright, so, I would love to take out the Shattered Plains in this series, if we can. I think that's a good place to stop it if we can do so, hopefully by the end of the week. I expect this to only be very short. That said, I've been doing a little bit of reading into some of the properties of the Shattered Plains, and it's gonna be hard. So Queen Eshonai is relatively strong as is, which is pretty impressive. But then we take a look at, let's say, some of the Shattered Plains. It's a whole new terrain type here, with extremely low supply limit, and your troops move very, very, very slowly. And attackers and defenders take lots of extra losses if they do have to retreat. So, like, fighting in the Shattered Plains is going to be an absolute slog. Eshonai is in a fantastic position to defend where she is right now. So we're going to finish up what we're doing over here in the Borderlands, but without some allies, it's going to be kind of tough for me to take her on. Now, I do have one ally, and that is with my nephew and my king, Elhokar, because I married Navani. Unfortunately, I don't think you can call your liege in as an ally in war, so it's not going to be easy, and even then, I think I need 3 or 4 times her numbers in order to have a really good chance at this. So we'll continue trying to expand a little bit, but this is going to be tough. It's actually going to be a pretty tough sell, which makes sense. It's supposed to be tough. From the books, it's tough. So yeah, we're taking a lot of supply issues over here too. Gosh, there's not a lot of supply in Roshar, which makes sense. That said, what you need here are soulcasters. Really need soulcasters in the game, because soulcasters, from the book, are a special magical artifact that could transmit matter, right? So for... Why are you getting into this? What are you doing? Get out of here. What was I trying to say? Right, so it's a special type of magic that can transmute something into another form of matter. So for example, if you can turn, let's say, rocks into grain, all of a sudden you find yourself in a position where you could, conceivably, supply a really large army. We have somebody else just to join the war against me right over here. Okay, we're gonna have to go fight these guys then. That's fine. I actually was looking for some war score anyway, so this works. But yeah, so, yeah, if we could get soulcasters to provide loads of supply, that would be accurate to the book, and would also make my conquest a heck of a lot easier. I don't know if that's in here somewhere and I'm just missing it. Allied combatant slain. Ryar, a commoner, was slain. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah. We need to get some more allies, and I'm thinking one thing we may want to do is actually pull my son Renarin off of Ardent duty. And try... Oh, we just finished our war. Try to, instead, get him married to somebody who actually could get me some useful territory. So we're going to go ahead and gain this contested title. Let's disband all of this. We don't need the armies. And for my son Renarin, let's replace you with somebody else who would do the job. I don't have any vassals who demand it, so let's go for, I guess, you. We're going to assign you to this position. There we go. And my son Renarin, I could get you a landed territory, but you know what? We actually should probably give it to the same guy I already was working on this duchy. So let's grant him Voidhold as well. There we go. He can have that. All right, so son Renarin, what's up? Let's try to find you a marriage. That's not helpful. Let's see. Find spouse. I would like to sort by alliance power. I can marry him off to Eshonai. Right, no, that doesn't make any sense. I need to conquer that anyway, so no, we're not going to do that. Age difference, preferably within 5 years. Let's make sure they're an adult. Beyond that... No. Hunchbacked? These seem terrible. I don't know who some of these people are. Danland of Tidehold. I don't see any, like, really good options here, unfortunately. It would have been ideal to marry him off to the daughter of another major high prince, because then we could have actually gotten something good. But no. You have claims on the Inner Peaks. You are a giant. Wow. Marry Renarin off to a giant? That doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to hold on to him then. I was going to get him married off, but I think in this case I actually am going to hold him off for a little bit. Let's just hold on until we find a better opportunity. So, let's see. All this is done. Our war is complete. Eastern Voronism's fervor has gained a little bit of strength. That's nice. We can ransom a mayor. We will happily do that. And then we can declare a whole load more other wars. King Malin of Herdaz. Now, we could conquer the Herdazians. You're not particularly strong. This would be a thing we could do, and it would get me a lot of extra power. Of course, it would also get me duchies pretty far away from the terrain that I would like to keep for myself. So maybe we don't want to do that? Who are you? Are you independent of anyone? No, you are serving Elhokar, so we're not going to mess with you. Eroshan. I like, by the way, you can tell that there's a unique government form here, because if you zoom out, Alethkar is one united front, but as you zoom in, you see each acting as if they're independent kingdoms from each other. That's actually really cool. So let's see. Can I declare war on you again? It looks like I can. We can try conquering your duchy. It would be a little costly, but not impossible. I think we go ahead and do this so we can try to unite some more of my lands together. I will unite them, after all. That's what Dalinar is all about. Let's move our rally point to something a little bit closer. Let's say right over there, and then we will raise up the armies. I would like to get some more men-at-arms. I do think that getting some extra catapults, pulled catapults, would make a lot of sense. If not that, then at least something capable of fighting well in the Shattered Plains themselves. The supply is not great here, so we're going to want to probably split the army. And we'll take some losses in the process, I know, but it's probably better to take a few losses and not deal with the attrition. So we're just going to move on over here and start sieging this down as well. Small hill fort has been built in the Kholin war camp, which is great. Okay. I would like to have a lot of money. If we can get a load of money so I can have lots of extra retinues and build lots of structures, that would be great. That's one of the advantages, definitely. A prisoner has died. Aw, I didn't even get to ransom them at all. That sucks. Okay. Let's see. Do we have Stormlight? We have low Stormlight. I probably would want to inhale some more at some point, but maybe not this second. Crafting an item. We can make our own fabrials. No, well, we'll come back to that. I don't have a lot of money. If it's like regular artifact crafting, then that's kind of an expensive endeavor, which I currently don't have available, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Let's go to my court, not my guests. Navani. I need to make sure that some people like me a little bit. This is just my court. Where's my realm? There we go. Let's go to my vassals and make sure we're getting some people under control. So you, I need to sway for a bit. Hallam the Foolish. Just make sure that we have everything taken care of back at home. Dalinar has, like, no meaningful intrigue at all. He's, like, super easy to murder. And I want to make sure that I have people on my side so no one feels inclined to murder me. In fact, if the books wants to be close-ish, not quite accurate, but close to accurate, and have Sadeas try to screw me over with intrigue, he would be really good in this game. Actually, Sadeas, I think, would be a very good, fun character to play in this, where he actually assassinates Dalinar and Elhokar to take over the kingdom. That'd be very interesting. Eshonai is marching up through the north here. I'm going to be honest, that makes me uncomfortable because it means she's trying to conquer somebody else and gain some strength. We could try fighting her over here, but I can't go and siege her down in these Shattered Plains. Not easily. Not without a lot more supply. How do we gain a lot of supply? That's a great question. Is that something that we could research, like, as far as the technology? Organized levies, that's levy reinforcement rate. Mustering ground, that's not going to help, no. Gavelkind, fabrials, that actually is pretty helpful, but not necessarily what I'm looking for. Justified. High councils. Okay, no. Cut gems and ledgers for domain limit. None of that does me a whole lot of good, unfortunately. Alright, well, would have been nice. Don't see that working out well for me, though. I don't know. I don't know what the best way is going to be to deal with the Shattered Plains, which makes sense. It's supposed to be a quagmire. Per the books. It should be borderline impossible to take. We're supposed to be going over here, by the way. I'm an idiot. It's supposed to be very difficult. So it makes sense that we would have a heck of a time actually getting through there. In fact, it takes a rather significant event in order to make it even possible to charge into the Shattered Plains. We need to get some reinforcements up over here ASAP, because we are getting attacked. The good news is we move a little bit faster over here than we do in the Shattered Plains, and there's my reinforcements. Say goodbye! Alright. I'm going to put Dalinar in charge of all of them. It looks like they are running away, which makes perfect sense. Didn't expect you guys to stick around for very long, and that is done. Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and enforce advance and take this duchy. Doink. And that is now mine. Alright, so the Kholin household has grown in influence a fair bit around the Shattered Plains. Let's go ahead and disband my troops. So, this is a new-ish duchy? No, it's not new. We could give it off to the same... Wrong button. To the same count we already set up over here. Lorimar, I think we're going to go ahead and give it to you. So let's grant him both of these so he can form the title himself when the time comes. There we go. Eshonai just took the rest of the duchy up over here to the north, which I'm not thrilled about. So she's getting stronger. She's getting a lot stronger. She's outpacing me. Now, granted, I'm not king. It may be that the only real way for me to force the end of the Shattered Plains is actually to overthrow Elhokar and become king myself. It's a thought. It's a scary thought, but it is a thought. It's something we could do. What about you guys over here? We could try to take you on. No, we have a truce with you. Never mind. Who else could we fight? Are you guys... You guys all have the same color, but you're not the same region. You're your own thing. If I declared war on you and tried to take over a pretty large duchy, we could do that. It would, again, cost me a fair bit of my piety. And you actually are strong enough to be annoying. The Unclaimed Hills. Certainly seems to me that somebody's claimed it. We could take over this entire duchy, though. It's probably not very strong. What would be better? What would be better is probably to go ahead and take on her Daz and take over territory here. What if we just took over some of the duchies? Oh, wow, they're actually a lot stronger, though. Yakaved? Yakaved has allies, though. They are allied to Sadeas. Okay. So I don't want to fight another High Prince. They're also allied to another High Prince over there. So Yakaved would not be an easy one for me to take on. Fair enough. What about you? You seem easy enough. Unfortunately, you're split in kind of a weird way with your duchies. So it wouldn't be very easy. Whoa, they also have a lot of strength. Okay. Now, notice there that it said that we were similar in strength, which is a total lie, because the game is still acting as if my alliance with Elhokar matters. But I can't call Elhokar in. I've received a missive from Sadeas. It seems that High Lord Meridir, my vassal, is trying to plot against me. Sadeas? Sadeas is a notorious liar, but he doesn't hate me right now, so, okay. What about you? You don't hate me, so I'd be surprised if you were joining in a faction. I don't really want to make Sadeas dislike me, but I guess it could be okay. Let's see. Protected vassal honor. My direct vassals like me more, but there's a good chance that my vassals could be a threat. I guess I'll go ahead and confront him and try to get a hook. I can think of worse things to do. He is insulted. Okay. His taxes are reduced. You've always been a good servant. I'll do a public expression of gratitude and spend some prestige to make sure we keep that under control. I think that'll be completely fine. Not too worried about it. All right, so let's see. Titles to be created, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about any of that. A duel. My spymaster apparently wishes to duel me. I thought I was paused, but I wasn't, so that's now gone. Fine, whatever. Large levies, vassal levy contribution could be very helpful. Let's go ahead and get a lot of extra men. So that greatly increases how much I've got. We're now up to 7,000. Thank you for that. Greeting, High Prince Dalinar. My counselor is making people like me more. Good. That's great. I like to hear it. Thank you. The Voron High Temple would be kind of good to build. It would get me a lot of extra development as well as piety, monthly renown, etc., etc. And some good taxes and stuff. I don't know if it would pay for itself anytime soon, but if I were to go to my Radiant Powers and, let's say, use the Surge of Tension, shape the stone to make it cheaper and a little bit more affordable, we can go ahead and build it. Gonna take 4 years to build, basically a wonder, but I'll go ahead and try for it. Why not? A secret has been exposed. Oh, you were supposed to be so loyal, but apparently you are having an extramarital affair. The Almighties shall judge you. And the secret has been exposed. Apparently there is a child. Well, this guy is not going to like me now. Kind of messing with him. All right. Well, you know what? Since we can't exactly go on any major wars that I think are beneficial yet, what we could do is go on some raiding expeditions. So if I go over here, and that's not what I want. Let's go to military and... Actually, you know what? We wanted to create some men-at-arms. I guess I'll come back to that a little bit later. Where's my option to raise raiders specifically? I thought that there was one. There it is. Raise as raiders. I guess we can do it. No, I don't want to be right here, though. No. Actually, disband these. Hang on. Disband. Hang on. I didn't want to do this. Disband, yes. Disband, yes. Okay, we want to actually change up our rally points over here. We're going to raid the Shattered Plains. And we're going to weaken them a fair bit by doing so. We'll move extremely slowly, and there's a lot of risk associated, but we'll weaken Eshonai, so she can't do a lot. If we end up taking a major skirmish with her, that's not the worst thing in the world. We are pretty low on supply, so we got to be very cognizant of this. we could take a massive amount of attrition if we're not careful. And we move very slowly. Watch how slowly we're going to move once we're actually there. There's Eshonai, so she's actually going for a raiding expedition of her own. Fun. So now we're raiding this. We're going to take that. Thank you. Fire and Blood. Hi, Eshonai. The settlement of the outer sector of Shash is an important... That's actually a glyph word in Alethi. Is an important stronghold. It has fallen to our raiders. So give me bounteous plunder, sack it for 20 years, and destroy their development. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's actually, like, one of the best things we could have hoped for. Now we're going to try to move over here and see if we can defend Sadeas against a raid from Eshonai, since she's actually going into what I would consider good defensible terrain. Let's see. My city lady has copulated with her... Well, that's no good. Out of wedlock, they have a child on the way. These are things I don't think I care about. Alright, so apparently you're actually not going to Sadeas, you're going to Aladar. But we're still going to try to take you out if we can. Not the best in terms of supplies. So there's a direct fight between me and Eshonai. Looks like we are going to be able to win and demolish a lot of her levy. And... there you go. Okay, so we lost quite a few troops, but we actually inflicted quite a bit of damage as well. So I think that was worth it. We recovered some loot that was stolen by her from Sadeas. Which is hilarious. I'm not going to give it back to Sadeas, because I don't like you. I don't like you, Sadeas. Alright, let's go ahead and raid this down as well. The good news is we raid very quickly. Actually, has this already been raided? Looks like it might have been. Let's try moving into the inner sector and see if we can do this as well. Her levy is demolished enough that we should... Am I not raiding? Because I should be raiding. These haven't been recently raided, have they? Unused farmlands... Apparently we're not raiding, and I don't know why. Maybe I need to go back to my camp. It says we're still on set to raiding, but it doesn't seem like we're actually doing what I thought we would. Okay. Now, when we want to go and fight in the Shattered Plains, one thing we may have to do is actually split our troops up to go and get up to max supply first, and then go for a fight. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn off... Let's actually disband the troops and then re-raise them, because I'm not sure what's going on with that. Disband all. We could also create some more men-at-arms, and we probably should. So we have some heavy infantry, light-eyed swordsmen, which are okay. But what we probably want to do is get things like spearmen, which you can see down here do have a bonus in the Shattered Plains, which is pretty huge. Bowmen, I think, do as well. Horsemen do not. We don't want them. Skirmishers, not the best. Yeah, I think we want to go for some spearmen. And then probably also some bowmen. So we have a couple different types of retinues doing extra damage in the Shattered Plains specifically. That would make some sense. Okay. Good. So we're going to let that regenerate for just a moment. Here comes Eshonai once again. I think Eshonai is going to continue just trying to raid, which is really interesting. Let's move my rally point over here and start raising the army in preparation to defend, because she may be coming after me. If she does come after me, I'm going to lose some troops. That would be a problem. Nope, she's going back for Sadeas. And she's actually splitting up to go and raid all the war princes. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Now, the funny thing is, I'm not actually technically hostile to her because I haven't done any fighting. That said, she's coming into my territory, and I think she's about to start a raid, which means she's going to die the second she walks over here. Nope, maybe not. Okay. Well, let's set it to raiding then. And I guess we're not going to go and defend Sadeas, so let's go over here. You're sitting in my territory, but you're not technically raiding it. Can we raid over here now? Is it going to work as intended? I think we're going to fight her troops right here, actually, which we are. So we're going to actually intercept and destroy some armies of Eshonai. Okay, that works well for me. Note, by the way, we are taking quite a bit of losses over here. It is a very bad place to fight. Good lord. Yeah, the Shattered Plains are brutal. Oh my god. Alright, we're going to go ahead and raid that nonsense. Yes, bring me more bounteous plunder. May actually not be what I want, now that I think about it. It may very well be that we don't want to raid the stuff over here. Because if the supply goes down even further, isn't that bad for me? Let's chase down more of Eshonai's troops while we're in terrain that I can defend easily in. There we go. Wow, we should honestly not defend the other war camps, if I'm being honest. I want to keep weakening Eshonai, but I think that it actually is kind of costing me a lot. Let's go defend in my own Kholin war camp. We do have our own raiding loot delivered. Thank you for that. And we've inflicted more casualties. Okay. Well, best I can do at the moment. Let's go ahead and disband. Why can I not disband? There are hostile enemies around. They're retreating! Who cares? Are they somewhere else that I'm not paying attention to? I think... No. I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm not allowed to disband them, but if we go over here, we should be able to. Alright, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so that's a taste of what's to come. As far as how fighting Eshonai is going to go. The Shadowed Plains are going to be brutal. Every time I move forward, there's a very good chance we are going to take massive losses. Which I do not approve of at all. Wow. Okay. So, is there anyone else that I would like to fight? I think we can go fight over here again. We can. There's some claims over here, but it's not great. I'd rather just go for the entire duchy. Looks like you have 2 allies, which would make my life a little bit harder, including High Prince Royan. That's no good. But if we fight over this correctly, it should be fine, so we're going to go ahead and declare the war. Let me move my rally point up over here. Like so, and then we're going to go ahead and raise up the armies. A little bit risky, given that we're located right over here. These are your raiders, interestingly enough. Okay, enemies have joined the war. Good, so if we do have to fight them, we can. I don't know, maybe we'll have an opportunity to, like, take over, we'll be able to kidnap, like, the High Prince or something and get a load of extra money or something. I don't know. Alright, we're going to pop over here and try to destroy your armies. If we can capture somebody, that makes my life that much easier. We did indeed capture him, which means we automatically win. Easy mode, dude. Easy mode. Alright, the Kholins grow in strength. Yes. We've got Border Gore solved. That's beautiful. Alright. So in this duchy, have we given this off to anyone in our own? I don't think we have. So I want to give this off to somebody else. Tell you what. I think I'm going to give this to my son, Adolin. Let's go ahead and grant him some important titles in this county. I can't? Why can I not? I can give him this. Is that part of the duchy? It is. Not sure why I'm not allowed to give him more. Well, let's start by giving him this. So Adolin is now ruling this. Perfect. Grant titles. There we go. Now I can give him these. And is this also part of the duchy? It is. So we're going to give Adolin a bit more, make him into a High Lord effectively. Okay, so we'll give you all of those. Adolin, you get a lot stronger. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. We are known for our dedication to our faith. Oh, that's nice. For now, anyway. What are we, devoted servants? So what happens if we get down to Paragon of Virtue? Next level is religious icon. We basically just have better clergy and stuff. That's all nice. We have a missing counselor. We need a new spy master. Well, that's one good excuse to put Lorimar in charge, since he's actually really good at the job. Thank you very much. Okay. Where else should we go? What else should we do? Good question. Maybe we want to push up over here. To conquer this duchy, they're vastly inferior. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and do that next. Continue expanding the Kholin holds. Set up over there, raise up the armies. Interesting, by the way, that the rally points no longer work to place all the troops in one county. They seem to actually split up automatically now, which I don't remember them doing, so that's interesting. Tyranny, I don't know if I care about. I don't really care about some of this. I think what we do is go directly for things like taxes or maybe cutting gemstones. Yeah, let's go for cheaper buildings, so I can construct a lot more of those a lot faster. It is taking a while to fully reinforce all my troops for some reason. There we go. Okay, got that. So we should be able to do this pretty quick. If we actually went for an engagement and captured him, that would obviously be just that much easier. If we can get up over here and fight this army, I'll happily do so. Wait. Can I catch up to you? Let's try going over here and try to fight here. Don't think this is the leader, but that's alright. Infiltrators. The capital of High Lord Halem. Sway scheme is not worth it, in my opinion. Okay, we demolished that army. Let's see if I can go chase you down. Looks like you're just trying to take over one of my holdings. I think we can take that out, though. Why take any losses? We can just kill you. Okay, we're fighting over here. Easy enough. I'm not even summoning my Shard Blade. There we go, we captured the guy. Heresy and Voronism. The guy who's been giving me all this trouble? I don't get it, but if it makes him happy, there you go. Alright, give me that duchy. Got it. Alright, disband the troops. And you know what? For good measure, let's go ahead and put Renarin in charge over here. You can have both of these. Sound good? So you take those, and then this is all technically still part of the same duchy, so we will grant you this and this and this as well. Okay, so Renarin, you're now in charge of this. Cool, so my sons are going to control the unclaimed hills over here, basically. Let's actually change, there we go. All right, much better, perfect. All right, so, with my sons looking nice and strong, that's good. We've ensured their loyalty. Not that it should have been in question, but even so. We can negotiate an alliance with Adolin. I guess I'll go ahead and do that, why not, sure. We can lawfully imprison my city lord, who I don't think I have a reason to dislike at the moment. A cannibal? What the crap have you been doing? Jeez, dude. Yeah, I don't see any particular advantage to doing that. Can you usurp the chiefdom and give that off to Renarin? I probably should just go ahead and do that. Costs a lot, though. You know what? I'm just going to let Renarin deal with that himself. That sounds like his problem. It's not my problem at all. Sounds like his problem. Let's try to get some extra income coming in here with some supply limit and so on in a few places. We could build something else over here. More pastoral lands, or do we want some forts? I think we want to go for more money, so we'll do that there. And over here, we could upgrade, let's say, these hunting grounds. Sure, we'll do all of those in order to just get some more raw income. Let's see, what else we got over here? Renarin still needs to get married, so we definitely need to do that. Alliance power. Herdazian. A county, a high chief. Or chiefdoms, regions. I guess it's not the worst to just go ahead and have him married to a high chiefess, right? Are you considered to be of a duke? Yeah, you're a duke title. If we marry you off, I think that actually works against me, so maybe I don't want to do that. Though she's actually pretty good. Let's sort by somebody who actually is, yeah, already relatively close to your age. I am very concerned that my characters are going to die way too early. What's this? I still don't see much point in getting you married to pretty much any of these people. Alright. Get married to a Herdazian, I guess. It's fine. Yeah, I'm very worried that this game is going to end where Dalinar dies way too early on. I know we have a huge health boost with Bondsmith, so he should live a long time. But, I mean, it's still CK3 at the end of the day. So, my major characters who are supposed to survive for, like, all the major events of what's going to happen on Roshar may actually die way too early. Maybe. Inner Wastes. What's going on over here? Should we go ahead and try to declare for this duchy? Yeah, I think the answer is yes, we should do that. Let's go ahead and invade this. And we're going to move our rally point, and we're going to go ahead and conquer some more lands, because we can do these things. And then after that, I think we go for some more raiding. Maybe not in the Shattered Plains, though. I feel like it's not a lot that we gain from that. There's got to be some other places where we can do some safe raiding. One would think. New Natananan? Or Natanan? Sorry, New Natanan? Maybe that would be a good place for us to go. Huh. Led by King Galar. Interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and gather all of you guys up. Let's go for a quick fight over here. Colossus is under siege. Oh, hello. We are being attacked. I thought we were being raided, but it looks like we might actually be under attack. You know what? Let's actually turn you around. We'll have you go for a quick siege. Probably starting over... Where's a fort? There it is. Let's go for that tribe right there. The rest of you guys, though, can go and try to defend my territory. If I'm very slow at doing sieges, though, everyone else should be too. What's the good news? Looks like some of the other High Princes are doing some sieges or some raids over against the Shattered Plains. No, they're trying to... Are you trying to conquer the Shattered Plains? Oh, you're under attack by a lot of people. Sadius attacked. Aladar attacked. Vama attacked. Actually, a bunch of the High Princes are fighting Eshonai right now. She's got 12,000 troops?! Dude, Eshonai's scary. My god. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna beat Eshonai. Eshonai's too strong. I may have to make myself the king. I may have to break the rules a little bit. Can we please win this? Good lord, get my troops in there. We have to be able to win this. Adolin, what's going on? Dude. There we go, there we go. Turn it around. Thank you. Okay. We may have to find a way to overthrow Elhokar in order to become the king of Alethkar in order to actually do this. 12,000 freaking troops. Eshonai. Too strong, dude. Way too strong. Holy crap. Alright, well, the Kholin dynasty is known far and wide. I think we should start with that, to be completely frank. That would make a little bit more sense. So, you guys are going to continue chasing these guys down, but then after that, yeah, why don't you just go straight for the top holding. We'll finish those guys off a little bit. I do think that I have to overthrow Elhokar, and I'm not happy about it. Because it's a massive, kind of, like, revision of the books and everything else. But I really cannot afford to let Eshonai go unchecked. Like, as the player, I have to overpower them. I have to do it. Let's see if we can chase these guys down. Maybe their leader is over here. There's actually a lot of people currently fighting over here. I don't like these guys. Not in the mood to fight any of them. Have we finished with the siege yet? Good lord, it's taken way too long. Yeah, sieging takes forever in this game, too. I think they need to implement a soul casting mechanic. I think that would be really cool if they did that. It'd be really cool if they could implement a soul caster, so that I could get myself enough supply to actually sustain a larger army over here for a lot longer. So we're actually fighting this army. He's got reinforcements coming in. We've also got reinforcements coming in, but first we're going to deal with these. I've apparently been wounded. That's no good. Do I still have a physician? I need to search for a new physician. Let's go ahead and do that now. I lost the trait wounded. That makes sense, because as a bondsmith, I should heal unbelievably quickly. Well, you be the best. You're also very expansive. Are you good? Not really. Alright, we're going to go into debt. We're going to go into debt and get ourselves a really good physician, just because I think having a good physician as a general rule is a good thing to do. 71% war score. We should be able to finish this off relatively quickly. Let's go ahead and leave behind one of the armies. You know what? You just stay here. There you go. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's just send everybody. I don't think we're going to take enough attrition to be a huge issue. Let's just go ahead and try to siege it down as fast as we can. So what else can we do to try and get some more siege value? Honestly, just expand the Chol-Pulled catapults to be larger. It would cost me extra maintenance per month, which is dangerous, but it might be the best way to go, honestly, just so we can speed this along. Only 2.1 per day. I mean, we get, like, what, an extra 0.2 per day? That may shave off, like, a week on a siege. Not an absolute ton. I don't know. I'm not exactly thrilled about it. I don't think I want to do that. It'd be a little bit too expensive for not a whole lot of gain. Alright, so that's done. We can now go ahead and end the war, do that, and disband the troops because we are in debt. Thank you very much. Good, and done. Okay. So we're going to end this video here. So I'm very curious to see what's going to end up happening here with Eshonai and the Shattered Plains. It's possible we could go for something against her. I mean, she's fighting against 3 High Princes right now. We could possibly at least try to take away, let's say, a duchy over here, just to go ahead and reduce some of the new holdings she's taken and try to contain her in the Shattered Plains. There's something to be said about that, at least, just weaken her for the future while I try to figure out how I'm going to take over Alethkar. Could be. We'll come back to that, though. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.